Hello and welcome back to another video. What I'm going to do today, as everybody knows, my channel has I do a lot of different types of videos, and we got some wind. I hope that's not really interfering. But the videos that I kind of shoot for, are hobbies and projects and all that. I've gone over that type of stuff before. But some videos I just want to do kind of discussions and things that pop in my head that, parts of life that we can just talk about, and you can comment and we'll, get a discussion going. But we're coming up on Thanksgiving. So, a lot of times you think about things that you're thankful for, as I've got a house, car, family, and stuff like that. Well, I had a couple, I wanted to share a couple stories with you, really, of recent occurrences that just really made me think a lot. So I am the world's worst about not being thankful and not recognizing what all I have and always wanting more. I'm one that I have a lot. There's a lot of people in the world that have less. There's a lot of people in the world that have a lot more. I lose sight of that a lot. When I see other people with things and all these cool gadgets and gizmos, and there's so many things I see that I want a drone, and I want all these different type things. Hopefully the wind will die down. I don't know if that's really picking up on the camera or not, but I want all these different things, and I just really a lot of times forget or don't really think about all that I have. I've got a nice house. I consider a nice house, even though it was built in the late 70s. It's a nice house. I like my neighborhood. I've got a camper. I've got a pontoon boat. I recently got the kayak. I have big screen TVs everywhere, 2 outside, 1 in every bedroom. I have all these things, but it's not that I'm not appreciative and grateful of having them. When I see other things, I always want more, and sometimes I get discouraged when I can't just immediately go out and get them. I'm sure, a lot of people have that same kind of thought. Others have this stuff, and you're like, ooh, shiny or cool or neat, and I want that or want to try that. I don't know if that's just kind of the kid in me mentality or what exactly it is, but, I always want more. So I am like a really materialistic person, and I try not to be, but it is what it is, So anyway, one story that that recently happened to me, it happened last weekend. I wanted to share this with you, and it really made me think, and it's part of the reason why I'm doing this video now. I went into a local sporting goods store, and there's an employee there that I've talked to a couple times. He always sees me over in the fishing section and looking through stuff, and we get to talking. We talk about fishing and things like that. And he said, yeah, he said, you have a kayak? I said, yeah, I've got one. And he said, you ever been fishing on a boat and all? I said, yeah, I've owned fishing boats in the past. And he said, come over here, I want to get your opinion. We walk over to this aisle, and there is I guess you would call it like a pontoon style boat, but the pontoon floats. It's a one-seater thing. The pontoon floats are blow up, so they're inflatable. So you inflate those up, and it has a chair in the middle, a seat, and then it has a couple little sacks and areas you can put some storage. But I guess it's made a cheap way that a person could get out on the lake and fish with. You can get I think it comes with a paddle. But the whole kit was $250. He said, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this would be good to fish with? And, I was like, well, I said, anything that gets you out on the water, you can fish on the bank and all. He said, I've been fishing on the bank my whole life, and I've never had a boat. And I'm hoping that I can save up enough money to buy this. And it really, I just got this unsettling feeling. I said, man, here I am, just bought a $3,000 kayak, and this gentleman here, is trying to save up $250 to buy this inflatable type boat so he can get out on the water and fish versus just bank fishing it. I don't know, you know, that's one of those things that it really made me think of how thankful I am with all the things that I have, you know, because when you talk to people that don't have all those things or are less fortunate, you know, it gets you thinking overall, you know. So I guess, you know, and I feel like, you know, I've gone through life, I'm, you know, educated to some extent. I have college degrees anyway, but you know, I've worked hard to get where I am. I started out, I never have been, you know, considered poor. My family, we were just middle class. Started out that way, and I went through spells, you know, when I first moved out on my own. I didn't have a lot, you know, and I kind of, you know, I went to college and went through, you know, jobs trying to go up each time, and I really struggled for a little while, and I couldn't afford things. But now I've gotten to a point where I make a really good salary, and I have a lot of nice things. I feel like I've worked hard to get here. So, you know, while I do feel bad, you know, for others that don't have those things, you know, you know, got to work hard to get there, and I've been through a similar situation for a while anyway, and then I just worked harder to pick it up. But anyway, the point is, you know, just realize what you have and be thankful. There's so many people that don't have those things, and it's not always, you know, their fault. Some people work extremely hard, all kind of crazy hours. Even that gentleman at the Sportsman's Warehouse or whatever it was, it was one of the sporting goods warehouses, I don't remember which one it was. He works extremely hard, and he was talking about working, you know, overtime and all this back-breaking work, you know, unloading trucks and all this type of stuff. Well, I mean, there's situations where, you know, he could better himself, but I don't know necessarily that he has time. You know, there are like night classes, and there's things you can do to educate yourself and make yourself more valuable in the work world. But, you know, I don't know everybody's circumstance. Everybody, you know, he might have things holding him back from doing that type of stuff. So the point is, you know, be thankful for what you have. And it just really made me think about things. And I look around and I'm like, yeah, I really do have a lot, and I need to stop like just constantly wanting and wishing for all this other stuff. Just slow down a little bit, you know, and think about it as we get here in towards Thanksgiving. And then I had, you know, another story. It was kind of the same type thing. I was in a sporting goods store, and I was looking at rod and reels, and I was standing there looking at the SLX Shimano's, and there was a guy beside me looking over, and it was kind of the same scenario. It's funny that both of these happened within a week, so I kind of got, you know, exposed or hit with this twice. But a gentleman was standing there. He wasn't an employee. He was just shopping, and he was looking at reels, and he said, "Do you have one of those, or you like that, or something like that?" You know, I forgot how the conversation started exactly, but I said, "You know, I think I'm going to purchase a couple of these to fish on my kayak." And he said, "Wow," he said, "those are $189 a piece plus putting them on a rod." I said, "Yeah, you know, and I wasn't really thinking about what he was getting at. I said, "You know, I want like a cheaper rod and reel from what I currently have in case I lose it on the kayak." And he said, "Wow." He said, "You know," he said, "I've been trying to save up." He said, "I want one of those reels." And he said, "I've been trying to save up for a while to get one, but I'm not quite there." And then I kind of felt bad for saying what I did. You know, I just, in my mindset, I wasn't thinking. So that it was just another case of, you know, when I want something like that, I just go out and get it. But everybody can't do that. So anyway, you know, be thankful for what you have. It's made me really think about it, and I'm really thankful for all that I have. as well as I'm thankful for friends and family, and I have a wonderful wife, and I have 2 healthy kids. You know, we have a nice house, it's a 5-bedroom house and 3 baths, and you know, have a lot of things, even though I got a lot of projects that I haven't finished, and even though the main thing that gets me down here lately is my back. I don't know if I've mentioned it before on videos, but they've said I have sciatica, so I'm kind of trying to work on that, and it has slowed me down a lot. But you know, besides that, I still need to just take a step back at times and not get discouraged over little things. You know, I'm sure I can work that out, and it'll be better over time. I don't know if I'll ever be 100% again, but hopefully I can get back to that. Maybe I can lose some weight. That's probably the main thing that would help it. But anyway, we're coming up on Thanksgiving. You know, that's just a couple stories that I had, you know, recent occurrences and things that made me realize how thankful I really should be. So, you know, I'm going to kind of end the video with that, and I hope you got something out of it, or, you know, maybe enjoyed watching it, or, you know, maybe it made you think about some things. But, you know, leave in the comments some thoughts that you have. You know, have you ever had different occurrences like that? Or if you know, what are things you're thankful for? Or do you do the same thing? You know, do you get materialistic and just kind of go out and buy things? Or I know, you know, everybody knows the way you should do. You know, you should save money and all, and that's a bad or negative side effect to my lifestyle, how I am a spender and I'm materialistic. I like to buy things. Therefore, you know, I do have a lot of debt and not a lot of money put back in the bank. Some people, you know, have lots of money put back and have very few possessions, you know, and it's different lifestyles. Some people like that. I even have, you know, a family member that makes really good, has a lot of money, but really doesn't spend any. You know, he doesn't buy things, so he just puts back money, you know, for the future, and probably has a lot in his bank account. I have very little, so, you know, it's just different people and how they are. I don't know if, no matter how hard I tried, I don't know if I could do that, because I always just have that want. But I'm gonna try to do a little bit better in the future with things, even though I still do badly want to buy another fishing boat. I'm gonna still try to make that happen, so one, I can get into more fishing videos to put here on YouTube, and I'm gonna try to get going, especially in the spring when we get warmer weather. It's cold around here now, even though today's a little bit warmer, we still have a breeze. I'm gonna try to get on some of these projects and get some of this knocked out for you guys. But, you know, be thankful for what you have, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.